Allora, va bene? Va bene così?
Molto bene.
Molto bene, benissimo. Andiamo.
Og så kommer der et interview med den israelske ambassadør i Egypten. So, would you care to describe how the peace treaty is working in practice?
Mr. Sippel, first of all, may I use this opportunity to transmit to your good officers the best wishes to the Danish people. Now, concerning your question, if I am satisfied of the way that the peace treaty is implemented, I would say two things. First, by definition, to my mind, an ambassador who is satisfied must be changed immediately. No ambassador has the right to be anywhere satisfied. Second, coming to the point, well, I must say that I expected, and I'm expecting, a deeper understanding by the Egyptian government to the special situation in which we in the region are now. There are some elements that influence the relations between Israel and Egypt in the area. Let's say the situation in Lebanon, the situation around Israel, the problem of the PLO, all these things. To my mind, these elements had some influence on the implementation of some of the basic elements concerning peace. And I can't say that I'm satisfied. I expected, as I still expect, a deeper understanding. I hope it will come.
How is it working in practice, for instance, in the trade area, tourism, cultural exchange?
Well, this is exactly the thing that, and the things that I refer to. There are some elements when you speak about peace, about real peace between nations, like the peace you have with your neighbors or with any other country. So there are some basic elements that are there in any situation. In the peace treaty between Israel and Egypt, there are all sorts of accommodations and arrangements, commitments concerning free passage of man and good between these two countries, between our both countries. I must say that as far as Israelis are concerned, there is a flow of Israelis coming to Egypt. If I am not mistaken, I will estimate the number of Israelis that visited Egypt during '83 to something around 30 to 35,000 people. I'm only sorry that only 1,000 or a little bit less or more Egyptians visited Israel during '83. No doubt the fact that Israel and Egypt are so near as neighbors, can help to encourage traffic of goods, commerce. Unfortunately, it is not implemented according to the arrangements that were agreed upon. The same goes for cultural relations. And I'm not speaking from the point of view of tourism per se or commerce per se. I think that what we need, Israel and Egypt in general, very close contacts between people from both sides to learn to know each other better. This human contact is very important, and unfortunately it's not enough on all levels. The fact that no one Egyptian journalist, for example, visited Israel for more than a year and a half in order to know what's going on in Israel, to try to understand us. I can't say the same as far as the Israeli correspondents. They do visit here and they establish contacts as the other Israelis do. So a bigger effort is needed in this field.
But why do you think it is so?
Well, I guess that you are in Egypt. As far as Israelis are concerned, I can tell you that our intentions are not these. We don't like it to continue to be like that. I guess that there are some considerations on the Egyptian side, and you have to ask them.
They called it a cold peace, what is now existing. Do you feel the same way?
Well, I don't like. I don't think peace is an illness that you have to use a thermometer in order to to measure it. I think the vice versa. I don't like this definition of cold peace. I hope, first of all, peace must be peace. It can be closer or less close, whatever it is, but the idea of cold peace as a policy, if it is so, is not helping the initial idea of the initiative that was taken by Egypt and Israel when they decided to sign peace. This is the first peace between Israelis and Arabs. And I insist on the word first peace. This peace not only must be successful, it's not a trial, it's something permanent. So it's not only that it must be successful, we have to endeavor, both sides, to see to it that the people from both sides will not only will not be disappointed, but will encourage them to continue. I feel that my people in Israel, a lot of people in Israel, you can feel some disappointment concerning the way of the implementation of this peace. One must encourage the peoples in the area to see that the answer of all our problems is only and only through real peace.
But especially the Egyptians, and I spoke to the Egyptian Minister of State for Foreign Affairs yesterday, he claims that it is Dr. Butraskali.
Yes.
He claims that it is you who have broken the spirit of Camp David by making aggression in Lebanon.
Well, I'm sorry for that statement. I'm sorry for that statement. I think that all of us knew when we signed the first peace treaty between Israel and any Arab state, the biggest one between Israel and Egypt, the Egyptians as well as we knew very well that it's a first step and that we have still a long way to go. Now, once we signed the peace with Egypt, making serious sacrifices, as well as the Egyptians did also sacrifice in other sphere, the situation was asymmetric in the following sense, that with the peace with Israel, all borders of Egypt became borders of peace, south and north and east and west. This was not the case for Israel. We, by signing peace with Egypt, the first peace with any Arab country, we had only one border of peace, whereas on the other borders, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, and there is a point also Saudi Arabia in Eilat, somewhere. In all these borders were still borders where peace doesn't exist, and still are. More than that, some of these countries and other elements in these countries state openly that their wish is to destroy Israel. So all of us knew that we will have problems in the area. Now, we didn't go to enter Lebanon in order to fight the Lebanese. We entered Lebanon in order to remove not a theoretical threat, but a threat and shellings of 24 villages and cities in the north of Israel, shelling by mortars, by Katyushas. coming from the PLO organization that was in the south of Lebanon, where we expected to sit still 72 hours of shelling of 24 cities. Is it a violation of the spirit of Camp David not to defend yourself, the right of defense? I don't think that this is the real interpretation. I don't know what would any country in the world would have done in case they were under permanent shelling against civilians, boys, girls, citizens in the cities. I don't think that it's a serious statement to say that we violated because we used our self-defense right. The spirit of Camp David is to continue the peace, to establish peace as it was, and to continue the peace process, to make everything in order to enlarge this peace process.
Do you think, sir, that the peace treaty will hold?
Oh, well, I'm sure of that. You see, first of all, you are speaking to an ambassador in Cairo. Again, by definition, an ambassador in Cairo, Israeli ambassador in Cairo, must be optimist. I described, or I mentioned some difficulties or problems answering your question. I'm sure that it will hold, and I hope that we'll have closer relations and more understanding in the near future.
Thank you very much.
Yes, having one more picture also.
And but I can tell you, we are doing this. I can repeat to you. We are doing this small background story on the development of the peace treaty, and it will be sent as a news background, maybe in a week's time, on the Danish television.
When are you going to?
I'm going back to Rome, where I live on Wednesday. I live in Rome, and they are edit the thing, and I'll probably finish it by Friday, and then it'll be sent sometime next week.
In 2 weeks' time or so? Is it
next
special?
week.
It's in the frame.
No,
of
it's in the
newsreel
news. It's in the
Or
we
is
have
it-
integrated news and newsreels,
newsreel, yes.
but it will be in the framework of that. But I think I know you understand very well. It's done
Yes.
for many years.
Yes.
So, and I know they
Mickey
watch.
Ben-Ari?
Not
He
the
used to be
new.
ambassador. Mickey Ben-Ari, the one who is now in Bonn, he used to be ambassador to that.
Oh, yes.
embassy.
Yeah, but he
Lovely.
wasn't in Denmark very long. I know
No,
Hadas much.
You know
better.
Hadas?
Yes.
Yes, he was counselor. Yes.
I met him in October in Copenhagen because I was interviewing Sharon for a special program because he was visiting Copenhagen on a private tour, but we made a 40-minute special. But I must say, I don't think the problems really change in their substance when you know.
Yes, yes, I know.
There was this
But tell me, you
breakthrough
said that
in
it's
Egypt.
already a few years that you are not, you didn't visit Egypt. Do you see any change or
I think,
striking?
yes, I think I made.
Process, and not in the political sense, but in the sense of trilateral collaboration, cooperation, whatever it is.
Yeah, I
It's very-
see what you mean.
you see the point.
Yeah.
I think it's not by years and years we had only wars. We are trying now to build peace. And leaving aside the political aspect, I think this is a wonderful building that we are trying to build.
Yes.
And here is a field where a positive thing can be done by the Europeans. Exactly as when I refer to the multinational forces in Sinai, there's a big difference between the multinational forces in Sinai and the one in Lebanon. The one in Lebanon is trying to separate people that are shooting. Here, they are trying to help people that are building peace. Based
Yeah.
on an agreement. This is a different altogether thing. So here are elements where I personally would think of a possible a field can add it Even quoting me in this
Yeah,
way or
but
not,
I'm
saying
doing narration anyway
sure,
in
sure.
between
So
the
you can edit
pieces.
as a remark,
Yeah,
whatever,
I will just.
whatever it is, because I think this the positive message of the whole thing. You dragged me into a fight with Boutros-Ghali, so
But you knew about it in advance.
all right. I'm not complaining. I'm not
No.
complaining. I think it's important, especially when he started it. But it's a civilized culture. All right.
Gas, gas.